We know the names of the generals and the maps of the bloodiest battles. But what happened when the smoke cleared and the guns fell silent? Today, we step away from the front lines to look at the faces history often forgets. These are 20 rare glimpses into the other civil war, the one fought against boredom, hunger, and the crushing weight of being away from home. Welcome to Antique Visions. To survive a war, you first had to survive the weather. Photo number 1, Pine Cottage. Look at this structure. It's called Pine Cottage. In the winter of 1862, soldiers weren't just living in canvas tents. They became architects of necessity. They built log huts with shingled roofs, trying to manufacture a sense of home in the middle of a Virginia forest. Photo number 2, the barber. Civilization required a steady hand. Even in the mud of a Union camp, the ritual of the barber persisted. This wasn't just about vanity. It was about maintaining a shred of the men they were before the war began. Photo number 3, the sewing soldier. We often think of these men only with rifles in hand, but the housewife, a small sewing kit, was their most prized possession. Here, a soldier meticulously repairs his only coat. In camp, a missing button or a torn seam wasn't just a nuisance, it was a vulnerability against the elements. Photo number 4, the laundry basket. Monotony was the true enemy. This rare frame of a soldier working with baskets reminds us of the endless chores, washing, hauling, and prepping that occupied 90% of a soldier's life. If a soldier's feet moved the army, his stomach determined how far. Photo number 5. This is the scale of survival. Feeding thousands required a massive, semi-permanent infrastructure. Note the organization here, a far cry from the chaotic fire pits we see in movies. Photo number 6, the cooking pot. For the average private, dinner was a holy trinity of hardtack, salt pork, and coffee so strong it could float a lead mini-A ball. This communal pot wasn't just for food, it was the campfire social club. Photo number 7, the butchery. Cautionary tone. This is a rare, grit-filled look at the reality of camp life. There were no grocery stores. Meat arrived on the hoof and was processed right there in the open air. It was a visceral reminder of the thin line between life and death. Photo number 8, officers at table. Even among officers, luxury was relative. A wooden table and a ceramic plate were symbols of status, but the rations were often just as meager as the men they led. Stay with us. In a moment, we'll see the one photo that President Lincoln's photographers almost missed. A candid moment of intimacy that bridges the gap between the 1860s and today. But first, let's look at how these men stayed connected to the world they left behind. A soldier's most powerful weapon wasn't made of steel, it was made of lead and paper. Photo number 9, writing on the wall. This is perhaps the most evocative photo of the era. A soldier, hunched over a stone wall, pouring his heart into a letter. For many, these letters were paper immortality, the only proof to their families that they were still alive. Photo number 10, 2 men sitting. Brotherhood was the only thing that made the war bearable. These 2 men aren't posing for a formal portrait. They are simply being. The relaxed posture tells us more about their bond than any history book could. Photo number 11, the newsboy. When the newsboy arrived with the New York Tribune or Harper's Weekly, the camp fell silent. They weren't just reading about the war, they were looking for their own names. Photo number 12, group at table. This photo captures a rare moment of middle-class camp life. A real table, chairs, and a moment of shared quiet. It was these small comforts that kept the madness of the front at bay. The war was months of boredom punctuated by moments of terror. How did they fill the silence? Photo number 13. This isn't a fight, it's a muss, the 19th century term for wrestling and play fighting. It was a vital pressure valve, a way to burn off the adrenaline that had nowhere else to go. Photo number 14. The musicians was the heartbeat of the regiment. The fife and drum didn't just signal a charge. They played the songs of home, Lorena, or Home Sweet Home, often making grown men weep in the dark. Photo number 15. Gambling was technically discouraged, but in these frames, we see it everywhere. Whether it was for money or extra rations, the cards offered a temporary escape from their reality. Photo number 16. The man and his dog. Look at this, a soldier and his dog. In the middle of the greatest tragedy in American history, there was still room for the purest kind of companionship. This dog wasn't a working animal. He was a piece of home. As we close our journey, we look at the faces that challenge our modern perception of the soldier. Photo number 17. The drummer boy. He looked so young because he was. Thousands of boys, some no older than 12, stood in the thick of the fire. This tintype captures a stolen childhood, preserved in silver and glass. Photo number 18. The camp followers. History often ignores the African Americans who lived within these camps. Contrabands, seeking freedom, and working as cooks, teamsters, and scouts. Their presence changed the very nature of the war. Photo number 19. The pensive soldier. Notice the gaze of this man. This is the face of soldier's heart, what we now call PTSD. He is physically in the camp, but mentally he is somewhere else entirely. Photo number 20. The camp rose. Finally, we see the scale. Thousands of tents, thousands of lives, each one a story. These photos remind us that the Civil War wasn't a monolith. It was 3 million individual human experiences. These men are gone, but through these frames, they still speak. If these images moved you, help us keep their stories alive. Do me a favor, don't just hit like. If you have a Civil War ancestor in your family tree, comment their name and regiment below. Let's turn this comment section into a digital memorial. I'm Antique Visions, and I'll see you in the past.